I had something written down. That's right.
Yep.
I'm very concerned about fracking. I feel that one of these, they're going to hit the Earth's surface. All these vibrations that are going way down into the ocean is going to eventually kill us all. And it's already killed several people. There's been explosions in various parts of our country. And the water situation has gotten very bad and poisonous, and we've been very neglected by the EPA and various other organizations, supposedly that were meant to protect us.
Yes.
And instead we're suffering the consequences of their foolish desire for that almighty buck.
It's true. And what Pete was saying also about the downtown thing, it's not organized. And so therefore, it's the 99% are down there and talking about things like fracking, talking about things like what the 99% are very concerned about. And that's the movement that I witnessed going on down there, is that there isn't any one focus. The focus is 99% and their concerns about what's going on this planet. Pete, you were going to say about Wall Street and your views about what's going on down there, and you said you like the fact that it's not organized and...
Nobody knows what the future will be. Some are very pessimistic. Kurt Vonnegut, the great writer, felt there was only a chance of a snowball in hell, there being a human race. He says scientists keep inventing new weapons because people pay the money to invent new weapons. Forgetting that President Eisenhower once said, keep an eye on the military-industrial complex.
Yes.
And nobody really knows what's going on. But basically the people down there, they're saying people are more important than you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, you've spent a great deal of your life working many causes for many a human being.
I was going to make it last summer, but I couldn't make it. I hope to make it soon. It's supposed to go on at least till the 23rd.
I think it's going to go on longer. I think this thing might go right. I mean, the mayor did invite them to stay right through the winter if they feel like it. They can stay as long as they want. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know, for the 99% to get the 1% to wake up. I think the 1% are starting to pay attention. I'm not part of the 1%, so I really don't know. However, you know, we're here, we're paying attention. What do you think? What do you think,
Well,
Bernice?
it's hard to say, but I think you get cold weather and that can kill a lot of ambitious people. However, they seem to be very hepped up, and they're speaking out and they're speaking clearly about the things that they want, and they're saying the right thing. And I know that looking for a job for young people is a terrible thing, because you get out full of hope, hopefully that you will be able to get along, contribute to the family ladder, and things of that sort, and you can't do it. You can't do it, then the Papa and Mama have to buy the clothes, and still taking care of children at home that are way beyond the age of being cared for.
Now, we've seen a lot of different social movements, you guys have for sure in your lifetime, different social movements happen on this planet. What do you feel about this social movement that's happening right now? Is there any other social movement you guys have experienced in your lifetime that you could equivocate to what's going on with the Wall Street occupancy?
Well, it seems actually very similar patterns arise for each occasion and for each part of history. And it just takes on different hues. It's generally for money.
Generally for money.
Generally for money. Here he's the boss. He's paying you as little as he can get away with. And of course later on we had, fortunately, a wonderful union movement. And I've seen people getting their head whacked up and bloodied in the streets. And I've seen people who the police were after climbing up on the lampposts to get away from the cops.
This is all, yeah, like I want to address that as well.
The police right now are as mean as they ever were, because they sold themselves out to the hierarchy.
How is that the police? How do you feel about this? And we have the police, right? That you know, whacking people upside the head. I was down there. I actually got. I actually got verbally. I couldn't believe. I just asked a simple question, and a police officer really verbally accosted me, and I was kind of taken back. I didn't say anything back, except I thought to myself, you know, that's kind of interesting. What's your views on that, Pete? You've come up across police and stuff like that. Aren't they part of the 99%? What is this? What is this blind? Or what? How can maybe you have an answer as to why the police act the way they do when they're part of who we are.
I don't think you can generalize.
Okay.
You should try. Some policemen are trying their best, and some are simply doing what they're told. However, my friend Mark is here with his camera. Maybe he didn't know that you're filming 98-year-old Bernice Silver, and I was only 4 years old when she was 10 years old. So I was just a kid.
I think there's a half a year disparity there. Wait.
That's right, you were born in October?
October 7th.
And I was born in May.
May. So
she has a good memory too. But I'd like to say one thing in particular about your conversation. Let's have a maximum wage.
Maximum wage.
Let's have a maximum wage.
Well, I believe in decent wages.
I believe that's the 1% is the maximum wage.
I believe in decent wages. I do believe people have to be paid generally according to the contribution they make. Everybody being honest with one another. The boss being honest with the workers as they expect the workers to be. And yet I see, I speak to a teacher and she's putting in 12 hours a day. And 4 of those hours are contribution hours that she is not being paid for. And I think that's outrageous. Here we have unions, presumably, and the unions should be stronger, but they're also beating on the heads. We've lost a lot of unions, and we've lost those millions of jobs by having all these jobs sent out of the country. And it's true, other people are in the same position we are in. By the same token, you can't help everybody. Can't help everybody. It's just impossible. You take $1 million, you give it to $1 each to a million people, will it help anybody? No, so it's rather difficult.
Do you see any jobs coming back in? I mean, we talk about all these jobs that have been outsourced.
No.
Will they ever come back to what's
No, I feel that, first of all, we were told years ago that technocracy would take over. We were told this years ago.
That who would take over?
That technocracy, technical machinery, would take over. However, in the process, we have gained in this country over 200 million people since the turn of last century.
Right.
Okay? So you mean, and all these people require basic commodities, and they still require food. They could buy food, shoes, whatever. And certainly there should have been accommodation for all these new people being born. See, and today we have a tremendous amount of people being born. It seems as if we have more than we have ever had in a lifetime of Earth. And can the Earth provide for it?
That's a very good question. Pete, what do you think about that, about the increase of population on this planet? And